What's going on? It's your boy. Today we're gonna touch on a topic that I ran across a couple of days ago, man. I didn't do my homework too much on this topic, before I continue, welcome to I Independent Live Talk. Um, it's always a pleasure, to be here with you guys and be able to, enlighten you on some things that you may be going through, some things you may be feeling. We're talking about settling versus being comfortable. I'm reading from the Elite Daily. I've been touching on the internet lately, just to get little information there so I can have my facts in order and give you some good information. A lot of us don't read, if anything like myself. MC, y'all, what's going on, MC? Thanks for tuning in, Um, so I just want to enlighten y'all on a few things, in case you may be going through, like the little ups and downs, man, of just having a relationship. You feel me? Or a marriage. Whatever level, of insecurity you think that may be. But right here it says, eventually in every relationship, the initial feel of the person fades. Right? We all go through that. You feel like you don't do as much as you used to do when you first met each other. There's no more partying, no more drinking, no more clubbing. Um, there's not to be any laughs, and oh, somebody's calling me already. Good evening. Not right now, but thank you for calling in. Enjoy your evening. Before I was rudely interrupted, once again, we're talking about settling versus being comfortable. Thank you for tuning in. What's up, Chantel? How you doing? Um, oh man, the call just made me lose my train of thought. But what I was reading this right we're reading from Elite Daily. I usually do like the little psychology today, topics and stuff like that. But it says, how do you tell the difference between settling and being comfortable? Right? I'm gonna give you my insight on this. Of course, I'm gonna give you, the black and white print, and I'm going to give you my insight on top of that. Eventually, in every relationship, the initial butterflies you feel around the person fade. That's not to say that the attraction died or love disappeared forever. No, it just means the relationship has hit the next level. Um, the two of you have grown comfortable with each other. That initial excitement factor has faded a little bit. We all go through that. Um, when you meet, you laugh, you party, you have like so much fun, man. It's like this thing is almost like magic. I even saw the word magic in here. I guess that was on the. I went through like maybe three or four of them, but it's like magic. You've never had a relationship like this in your life, right? Um, nobody can tell you nothing. That night and that knight in shining armor. um that black Barbie doll. You feel me? But then some things change. It's like it just toned down a little bit. She's not that funny. She's no longer pretty. She may have nails or something. You feel me? She stopped doing her hair, her nails, her toes. Peace. I'm just gonna call you Guns. You be showing off with your arms and all your pictures and stuff, man. Stop it, man. Arms look like legs. Smart boy. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, thanks, Chantel. You be great. Enjoy your new year. Okay, a common mistake at this point, however, is to automatically assume it's time to call it quits. You know, a lot of us do that. The first upset, the first wall, the first incident that take place, it's like we just want to throw it all away. We forgot everything we put into it, all the fun we brought to the table, all the entertainment, all the seeds we planted, right? We want to just throw it all away because we feel like we're settling. When you're getting into your comfort zone, it's not going to always be comfortable. It don't sound right. Okay, it's time to call it quits. In your stomach, what's up, Mick? What's up, Sean? Oh, Mick again. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. If your stomach isn't doing jumping jacks every time his name pops up or her name pops up, then obviously something is up, right? Wrong. We all go through this. I'm gonna keep it on the eye, right? I may go through this daily. I might call my wife, right? She don't answer the phone. I call her back. She don't answer the phone. I go from 0 to 60, probably every time. The thing is, I know my wife, right? I know she love me like the block. I know she probably respect me more. I know she ain't crazy. You feel me? But my sick thinking, be like, hold up. On top of that, I know she at work. My sick thinking be like, hold up. So she don't want to answer the phone? I can take you wherever. Listen, I can take you wherever you want to go right now. But the fact of the matter is, we have to stop jumping. Kevin Mack, what up? Small boy, Dirty Bird son, y'all. I see you, Big R. The fact of the matter is, like, we have to stop jumping to conclusions. We have to stop assuming that things are going to the left. What we have to do, right? This is something that I learned. We're talking about settling, right, versus being comfortable, y'all. Something that I learned right now. I'm like sort of kind of freelancing this thing, freestyling this thing. You see what I'm saying? Because I wanted to get y'all this information, right? And I didn't have enough time to really really go in on my notes and everything. My day is like so crazy, man. So just bear with me. You know, if y'all want to give some feedback, you know, I appreciate it. My number is 732-309-0208. You know, you can call in, man. If nothing else, man, just to call in to check in on the thing. Tell me about your New Year's, son. You feel me? Let me know what's going on in Jersey. You feel me? I haven't been in Jersey in a while. I got plans visiting home, right? Real soon. You know, my money not ready right now. I'm trying to keep this hat fixed, man. This hat plays too much. I know I'll be moving these hats and scarves, man. But where was I going with this? Okay, the fact that you're comfortable with the significant other does not automatically translate to you settling for a relationship that's no longer worth your time. Right? Obviously, I don't know you or your relationship. You see, there's a chance settling here, but at least let me try whatever. Okay, settling involves sacrificing part of you, right? A lot of us feel like we settle when we okay, it's true. When you make that sacrifice, um talk about my hat. Um well, I'm sacrificing yourself. Being comfortable lets you be your full self. All right? Let me explain something. It's called complete too much. Okay. You may be, I really don't like touching on religions, but I'm gonna give you something. This right here might help you out a little bit. You may be Christian. He may be Muslim, right? He wants you to he wants you to convert to Islam. He wants you to convert to Islam. And you do it. Or you don't do it. Right? You feel like you're settling. What you really are. You see where I'm coming from? Because you are who you are to him. He is who he is to you. Together y'all come together and this is y'all comfort zone. You see where I'm coming from? Don't make any sense? Okay, let's move along. Move right along. Settling happens when you start to feel like you're losing little bits of yourself. Anybody agree? I'm reading from the Elite Daily, y'all. I'll take it right from the top. That doesn't necessarily mean your partner is actively trying to change you. You lose bits and parts of yourself, but your partner's not trying to change you. I guess your partner's just trying to balance things out. But it could even, thank you to the ones that's tuning in. This gnat is driving me crazy. I need to stop opening my door. But it could even be you feeling like you have dimmed your shine a bit because he wouldn't get you, or vice versa, or where you're coming from. Did y'all go through that? Do you feel like you have to like downgrade your intelligence because the average person, because the person that you're speaking to, I feel like this sometimes, but I don't do it. But you feel like you have to downgrade your intelligence because the person that you're speaking to doesn't get it. Some people call that being swift and changeable, right? I feel like I shouldn't have to do that because everybody's not going to get you. You have to be who you are regardless. On the other hand, being comfortable leaves you feeling like you can be more of yourself than you've ever been with anyone else. Everybody get that one person that lets them be who they are. Everybody's not going to do that. Even if they don't do what you do. You know, a lot of people let you be who you are when they're a part of that being who you are. Like they might let you go to the club if they go to the clubs. They might let you go to the strip bar if they go to the strip bars. Right? They might let you talk on the phone with your whoever all day. It might be if you got a female, it might be one of her guy friends. Personally, I'm not having it. I look at it like this. Listen, I was a guy friend before we start humping. It's what it is. But a lot of times, like, what's up, Pat? I see you. A lot of times, we let certain things take place when we're involved in it, and we wouldn't call that settling. It's more like being comfortable. But will you still let the same things take place if you're not involved in it? Like, can she still go to the strip club when you're not a strip club, type of guy? Can she still go to the club and booty hop when you're not the club type of guy? What about the drinkers and smokers? You still gonna let her get a drink on if you don't drink? You feel like you're settling? Huh? Smoke a little bud. Out here they call it gas, y'all. We'll let it go get a little gas. Get a little smoke on. You feel me? You can show this person any and all sides of you without worrying about if you might lose him or her. Rob, what's up, Rob P? I see you. Okay, it can feel like settling because inherently means that all those games that kept things so exciting in the beginning are gone. It happens, y'all. It's not gonna always be fun and games, man. It's not gonna always be exciting. It's not gonna always be entertainment. It's not gonna always be club night, party night, drink night. If you're anything like me, you get a lot of hours in. I don't know what you do, but I run around for a lot of hours. Today wasn't, that long. But you run around for a lot of hours and you don't have time to do nothing, man. So you might sit in the house and play with your dog or something, get your wife upset, crack on your daughter. This is what it is. And think about ways to connect the dots. You feel me? Okay, there's no more. Let me see. I'm not gonna read all this to you. Oh, okay, this is what it says. I think I'm gonna have to read this. There's no more freaking out when he doesn't text you back for a few hours because you trust that he eventually responds, or she. He'll eventually respond. There's no more asking your friends to analyze every interaction you had because you know him well enough to interpret for himself. Right? Did y'all go through that? Let me read that again. There's no more asking your friends to analyze every interaction you had because you know him well enough to basically figure him out. Interpret. Figure him out yourself, right? A lot of us have, this is probably one of the biggest mistakes we make too. We go to one of our friends and we ask our friends about our relationship. 9 out of 10 is the same sex as us, right? And if your friend not really your friend, guess what? He done figured you out. He done figured your woman out. He done figured your wife out. He know how to get at her. He know what makes her move. That's if he's not if your friend is not your friend. I don't have too many friends. I probably got a handful. Right? I kind of like my friends. I think my friends got good sense though. But I still don't bring certain things to them. So I don't feel like it's their business, When you're dealing with your relationship, like that's your relationship. I'm not even the type of guy that will go to a counselor, like come on, help me out. I know what I'm talking about. A marriage counselor or something like that. Nah, we're not going there. What? We're gonna have to figure this thing out. Because at the end of the day, man, I look at it like life lessons. I don't look at it like mistakes. You have to learn from them. You feel me? So you go through that process yourself, man. I mean, but that's me personally. Maybe y'all deal with it different. Y'all tuned in. Y'all could, add something to this, to this thing right here. You feel me? But so yeah, it's naturally that's basically for the ones that go to their friends for advice on their relationships, on their marriages. So yeah, it's naturally to confuse that lack of gut wrenching, nerve wracking excitement for boredom or settling. But in reality, it means you hit the best part of your relationship. You finally hit the part where you can just chill the F out and enjoy being in love. That's when you start going through some things that make you feel uncomfortable. So it's really not settling. Okay, that's what they're telling me anyway. Settling is overlooking your partner's imperfections. Being comfortable is accepting them. Mm. Okay, let's touch on that. Settling is overlooking your partner's imperfections. I'm gonna keep it on the eye. It is what it is, Okay. I got my notes right here. I need an iPad, y'all. Come on, somebody donate me an iPad. I'm about to throw my Get Cash app up there or something. Overlooking your partner's imperfections. I'm not talking about you perfect relationships. I'm not talking about the perfect marriages, right? I'm talking about the ones that are imperfect, the ones with imperfections, right? The guy breath might stink, feet might stink. He might not take showers every day. He might not be that cute to you, right? The female might be a little chubby. She might not keep her hair done, her nails done, her toes done. She might be too combative, too boss. Come on now, let's talk. Overlooking your partner's imperfections, right? Elite Deli calls this settling. It's really not a bad thing, though. But listen, it's the difference between overlooking them and accepting them. When you overlook them, well, you said the relationship. Hold on, let me see. Okay, there's a difference between overlooking your partner's imperfections and accepting them. Oh, I think this is worded wrong. You're overlooking them and you're accepting them. That's the same thing. Okay, yeah, but you almost had me, son. But listen, if your partner has these imperfections, once again, we're not talking about the perfect couples, the perfect marriages, the perfect relationships. We're talking about the imperfections, right? When your partner do have these imperfections, it's not cool to overlook them, right? You want to respectfully address them because you want to balance this thing out. You want to make this thing work, right? You don't want to feel like you're settling, which you are, but you don't want to make it too flamboyant, right? Iraq, I see you. You don't want to make it too flamboyant. I mean, so you want to respectfully address these issues if they're issues to you. Like I said, the imperfections may be overweight, challenging breath, You know, challenging feet, challenging order, period. You know, bad hair day, bad nail toe day, combative, argumentative, things of that nature. We dealing with the guy and the gal. You feel me? Um, but if you're comfortable with it, accept it, right? And that happens too. You've been with somebody for so long. In the beginning, you may be um, willing to challenge it, right? Because you're looking at it like I might not be with this person anyway. This guy, I'm not dealing with your stink feet. I'm not dealing with the fact that you got a pinky instead of a cucumber, right? Come on, let's talk. I'm not dealing with a lot of things, right? But you get maybe a year or two in, 5 years into something. It's some things that you feel like you can um accept. Well, not the cucumber and pinky thing. That's in the beginning. You don't want to accept that. You don't even want to let it in before you talk about accepting it. You see what I'm saying? But if you get past that, right, you already accepted it. So you might as well keep it for shit. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, it's some things that you're willing to accept. Because things change in a relationship. We're talking about settling versus being comfortable, y'all. Right? I might not be the best to do this, but I'm gonna bring the information to you. It's up to you to do what you want to do. At the beginning of the relationship, you're usually too blinded by the initial attraction to your partner to notice what's wrong with them. Is that true? I thought that right there would be later on. In the beginning, you're not blinded by this person. I mean, but this is something that the Elite Deli put up there. I'm just going by their little format. Um, I don't feel like you're blinded by the person's um, initial attraction because at the end of the day, like you don't care too much about this person when you first meet them. I mean, I would assume anyway. You meet somebody in the club or a bar or whatever, you might meet him at the mall. You don't really know what's going on with this guy. Like, I mean, it's not a lot that you're paying attention to anyway. You see what I'm saying? But the things that you do see, you're gonna address them. I mean, like you might want to address them from the door to see if them things can change. To see if this thing right here is even worth moving forward. You see what I'm going from? So I don't agree too much with that. But unfortunately, we're all human beings with flaws. So as time goes on, we start to see our partners for who they really are, flaws and all. There are two roads we can go down at this point. Okay, what are those two roads? On the other hand, your person's flaws can infuriate you, and you can choose to stay in the relationship despite them because, well, you like the companionship that is settling. Okay, that is settling. And they have like an emoji up here. A true relationship is two imperfect. A true relationship is two imperfect people refusing to give up on each other. Oh, I see you, Karen. What's going on? On the other hand, you can accept your partner, flaws and all, and use their flaws to fall even more in love with them than you were before, depending on what type of flaw that is. I don't know about that, y'all, but we're gonna have to do our homework on that one. Instead of holding back and letting their flaws silently infuriate you, you can call them out if something really bothers you without being afraid of offending them. Okay, you could do that in the beginning, right? We could touch on that ASAP before we figure out if we want to move forward or not. Instead of just begrudgingly tolerating their flaws, you love your partner for the flawed freak he is. That is being comfortable. Okay. Settling involves giving up on your dreams. Being comfortable gives you someone to chase your dreams with. I like that. Because at the end of the day, right, your dreams are your dreams. Before you meet this person, your dreams are your dreams, right? Um, if that person tells you, which I've been down that road before, that your dream is only a dream and people don't get paid off of dreams, or you need a 9 to 5 instead of chasing your dreams, 9 times out of 10 they don't want to support their dream or support your dream, or they feel like your dream is not as important as you would think or feel your dream is, and they're not willing to go down that road with you. They probably look at you like that's your thing, like do what you do, I'm going this way. If they don't look at you, if they don't verbally voice it, later on in the relationship it's going to come out. I got what's going on, champ. I see. If they don't verbally voice it to you, eventually it's going to come out because everybody's not going to see your vision. So you might want to stop that, shut it down, and go your separate ways from the door. Especially if you're going to continue to chase that dream. Being comfortable is giving you someone that will chase your dreams with you, right? You need a person that's going to support you, a person that's going to what some call ride to the wheels fall off, right? Because it's not going to always be peaches and cream. It's not going to always be smooth sailing, And if that person is not willing to go through that bump, that over that hurdle, around that obstacle, under that obstacle, or what's the use? I waste your time or theirs. That's being selfish, So I would just call it what it is. We're talking about settling versus being comfortable, y'all. Settling involves giving up on that dream that you had to travel across the globe or become an international pop sensation, because that doesn't fit in with the new life you've chosen for yourself. In other words, your dreams don't align with your life with him. So you have to cancel them out. Or her. Being comfortable, however, gives you courage to chase your dreams with more fervor than you ever did before. Suddenly you have your team who believes in you and is urging you to move forward. You need someone on your team, right? We're not talking about them Facebook junkies, right? That don't mind supporting you on Facebook, right? But when Facebook is shut down, what happens to the support? You need somebody who's going to ride this thing to the world's phone. It's so crazy, right? Whereas you wouldn't have to tell a person, right, that doesn't know what's going on with their support system, who's supporting you. They would already see it. They already know who was who. They were not just talking about on Facebook. Like, I call it spade a spade. It is what it is. Instead of feeling like you're being held back by someone who doesn't really get you. That goes back to what I was saying earlier. Everyone's not going to get you. Everyone's not supposed to get you. You can look at that from so many different ways. Everyone's not going to understand you, get you, like understand you, get you, right? Or everyone's not going to be able to physically get you, right, in a relationship. or everybody's not going to physically be able to get to you. I always tell you, the minute you have to go through somebody, you might want to support them now, right? You have that person who gets you more than anyone else in the world, pushes you to do whatever it takes to turn your dream into reality without fear of losing him or her. That's what you need in your life. We're talking about settling versus being comfortable, bro. Settling involves ignoring your gut. Being comfortable involves questioning it. I'm gonna let y'all help me out on this one. Settling involves ignoring your gut. The average female like, I follow my gut. Yeah. Would that be settling? What if they ignore their gut feeling? Would that be comfortable? Oh, I'm gonna give you my take on it. Okay, settling involves ignoring your gut feeling. Um, Ignoring your gut feeling. Let me see. Just say that you on the block. You tell yourself, I'm about to go hit the block, but your guts tell you to stay in the house. 9 times out of 10, do you go to jail that day? Would that be ignoring your gut feeling? Is that settling? It is uncomfortability. Being comfortable involves questioning it. Like, how do you question the gut feeling? Is that a way to find a yes? And the gut feeling is telling you no? I'm lost with this one, y'all. Help me out. When you say you know you're settling, as much as you might try to lie to yourself and talk yourself out of it, there's something deep inside of you that knows that that what you have with this person isn't real. You're just there because it's easy. Is that called compromising? Is that true? Let me read it again. When you settle, you know you're settling. As much as you might try to lie to yourself, as much as you may try to lie to yourself and talk yourself out of it, there's something deep inside of you that says, what you have with this person isn't real. You're just there because it's easy. Who been there? Huh? Jump off 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You hit up because you know it's easy access to that nut. I'm bad. It's what it is, right? Now that isn't to say you don't overthink things from time to time when you're comfortable. We're all human. We all have minds that go into overdrive. But when you question your relationship with the person you're comfortable with, you come back to the same conclusion every time. Your life is better with him in it, and that's why you stay. Or with her in it, and that's why you stay. Correct? I mean, I don't know. I'm touching on Elite Daily, yo. Come on, somebody gonna have to help me out with this. Moving right along. Settling gives you a partner. Being comfortable gives you a friend. Man, I thought your partner was your friend. Settling gives you a body to fill the role of boyfriend. It gives you a plus one to events. It gives you someone to hang out with when all your friends are out. And it gives you a body to keep you warm on those cold winter nights. Right? Being comfortable with someone gives you a friend. It gives you someone in your life whom you genuinely want to spend time with. It gives you someone more than a crush, whom you're excited about. Who's more than a boyfriend. You wanted the friend. What's your take on this? We're talking about settling versus being comfortable, y'all. The line that separates being comfortable from settling can be a blurry one. Especially when it's your first time being truly comfortable with someone. Mm-hmm. How many of y'all settling? How many of y'all comfortable where you at? Is settling comfortable? That's my question. This right here just said the line that separates being comfortable from settling can be a blurry one, especially when it's your first time being truly comfortable with someone. But it's so important that you don't jump to conclusions and end something potentially really wonderful because you didn't realize how lucky you were. Excuse me. By the same token, it's so important that you don't jump to conclusions and stay in something potentially really awful because you didn't realize how unhappy you were. Somebody on here right now is going through this. They scared to touch on it though. Listen, man, you might want to call me up. 732-309-0208. Everybody's not comfortable with it, y'all. But in fact, everybody's not settling. This thing is real, y'all. See, I talk about the things that y'all really think about, man. You know? For the sake of your own relationship, take the time to figure out what's really going on. Who really does that? Who takes the time out to figure out what's really going on? I'm going to touch on something else real quick, y'all. Watch this. We're talking about settling, y'all, versus being comfortable. Look for something right now for y'all. Okay, here we go. Are you in a romantic relationship? Just now. Anyway, are you in a romantic relationship or marriage that's just not right, but you're not willing to risk ending it? Maybe you convinced yourself that things will change, or you've done something wrong, or deserve less than optimal, or you think being alone and feeling unloved is unbearable. Maybe he or she is gorgeous and treats you well, but something is missing. Perhaps your family or friends have convinced you to hang in there or try, right? You may even know intellectually that nobody should have to settle for less than they deserve, but your emotions are conflicted. They may leave you they may leave you unwilling to take the chance of breaking things off because you fear you won't meet someone else and will be alone for a long time. Perhaps some of your friends have been single for a while and they complain about how hard it is to meet a nice man or woman. Underneath all of these rationalizations is a deep-seated fear of being alone. Is that true, y'all? You know, a lot of us try to justify being alone. I never. The crazy thing is, I did so much time in prison that I was always alone, right? But my thing is, when I came home, I'm like, man, I never want to be alone, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I always had to have a woman in my life, this and that. But I did so much time in prison, I was always alone. I mean, is it okay to be alone? If what you need brought to your table, right, is not brought to your table to eat? Come on now. Okay, anyway, new researcher conducted by Stephanie S. Spellman demonstrates that fear of being single is a meaningful predictor of settling for less in a relationship. In a groundbreaking study, Spellman discovered that the fear of being single predicts settling for less in a relationship. Showed that individuals who report being fearful of being alone will stay with unresponsive, less attractive partners. Wow, I see this a lot. Unresponsive, less attractive partners rather than face the dreaded fate of being alone. Being fearful of being alone was also associated with being less selective of potential partner at speed dating events. Speed dating events. I heard of that. Y'all might have to give me some input on that. Give some details on that. It's something I only heard of it. Let's face it, nobody should have to say than they deserve just for the sake of being part of a couple. But what is the source of your fear of being single? Although the answer varies from person to person, one factor that causes someone to settle is past experiences of romantic rejection, and another is fear of prolonged singlehood. Wow. Thank you for the ones that's tuning in. We're talking about settling versus being comfortable, y'all. Or all the difficult experiences that individuals face in life, being alone can be amongst the hardest. Growing up, you probably weren't given good examples of how to be alone. It seems like everything you see in movies and TVs and on the internet is about how you find the right partner and make it work. There's nothing wrong with seeking love because it's beautiful and can bring about some of the most treasured moments in our lives. That's the TV, the radio, and internet tells us, right? Funny. But very few people know how to be alone and do it well. Somebody told me that when I was locked up. What you mean we can't be alone? You need to learn how to be alone. Female told me that when I was locked up. She people wanted me to be alone. Shut up. They fear and seek love wherever they go. Too often, the pleasure they find in falling in love is the sweet release of no longer being by themselves in the world. Is that what we're looking for? A relief of no longer being alone? Or being by ourselves in this world? Is that true? Single women may be reluctant to acknowledge the challenges of being alone for fear of being seen as desperate or needy. Let me read that again. Single women may be reluctant to acknowledge the challenge of being alone for fear of being seen as desperate or needy. People have a habit of letting someone dictate their lives by the way that they feel that someone else is going to view them. It's sad. According to author Sarah Eckel, many of the stereotypes we have about single women are misleading. She writes, "The single life isn't a prison sentence, nor is it a cocktail party. It's simply a life. A life with responsibilities and rewards. It's good days and bad ones, successes and failures in her article. Stop telling women they are fabulous. She reminds us that we don't really need to know, really need, we don't really know how to discuss single women in our culture because as times pass, because in times past, they were, because in past times, I'm saying as lonely spinsters, quietly languishing in their studio apartments. Okay. However, if you decide to stay in your relationship because you feel it's worth trying to save, consider couples counseling. Your partner is willing to motivate it before you walk away. I have a question, right? Do people really go to couples counseling? I'm just curious. Like, who's really going to couples counseling? I mean, do people do that? Okay, I just moved my page. The conclusion to settling versus being comfortable, right? I apologize, y'all. I lost my page. So lonely. Conclusion is this is crazy. Okay. For the sake of your relationship, right? Just take the time to figure out what's really going on. I really can't find the conclusion to this, but whether you settle or not, the fact remains: if you're comfortable, right, where you are in your relationship and where it's going, that's your comfort zone. It is what it is. So it don't matter if a person feel like they're settling or not, and it definitely don't matter what your friends feel, what your family feel. You got to do what moves you. If settling is what moves you, do what you do. Because at the end of the day, that's your comfort zone. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to do. I touched on that right there. I could have gave you my own, talk about this right here, this whole topic. But a lot of us want to see it in black and white. You see what I'm saying? So I went right to Google. It was something that I was talking to, this brother about that was in my car. He felt like he was settling, and he was comfortable. So you do have some that do settle and are comfortable settling. It depends on the comfort zone that you want in your life. It's not about me. It's not about him, her, them. You feel me? It's about what you want to bring to the table and where you want to go with it. Right? We're talking about settling versus being comfortable, though. Personally, um, I don't like to settle, right? But it depends on the comfort zone, right? This is what I'm learning to tell y'all. It depends depends on the comfort zone that settlement puts you in that will make you want to entertain that. That's my time, y'all. Listen, thank you for tuning in to I Am the Pen Live Talk. I'm still waiting for that fifth caller to call in. Tomorrow I have a nice topic for y'all. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. I'll be better prepared for this topic tomorrow. I might give y'all 2 shows tomorrow. I want y'all to be great, man, and be blessed, man. You know, and don't let nobody put a stipulation on your dreams. Don't let nobody put a stipulation on your relationship. Let me show y'all my whole hat. See, I didn't know I had a whole hat on my head. Yeah, look, there's something. I mean, but these are the hats I be selling. I just didn't want it to fall off. Looking like somebody looking like that. Suits. Call it what you want. I got the whole set for $10, but you have to pay for the shipping and handling. The whole set. Nice hats and scarves. I got wholesale prices too. Just highlight your boy. I got you. What was I going to say? What's up, Cole? I see you. Yeah. Don't let nobody dictate your life. Don't let nobody dictate your when I say your life, I mean everything, man. Your relationship, your employment, your visions, like your dreams, like none of that, man. I mean, like you have to bring what you bring to the table, man, and you have to be you have to be okay with it, right? You have to still get up, look in that mirror, you know. Hopefully, you blowing a kiss at yourself. That's what I do every morning. I look in the mirror, breath stinking and all. It's what it is. What they listen to is what it is. You know what I mean? Still blow a kiss at me, like I love me. I'm sorry, man. I'm cool with me. You feel me? You need to be cool with you. Stop letting people tell you how to live your life like that's yours. 3 minutes, y'all. I'm gonna be out these last 3 minutes. You know what I mean? But be okay with it. Man. You know, just know that the person that you're telling your story to, right, or the person that you're venting to, the person that you're letting dictate your life, right? They put their pants on the same way as you, 1 foot at a time. This old head told me that. Yo, man, you put your pants. Hey, B, what's going on? Shout out to Studio Boys, New Fame Entertainment. You know, but this thing is real, man. You know, I sit back, man, and I analyze a lot of things that people put on the book. You know, Facebook is serious, man. You gotta watch the things that you put up there because you never know who's been with your page. You know, I met this guy yesterday. Oh, that's what I want to touch on. I met this guy yesterday who told me that he's called what is considered a Google guide. GUIDE. He said it's a bunch of them. They go to different corporations, establishments, right, and just see how you treat them. They just go there as homeless or something like that, just to see your hospitality, and then they go on Google and they rate you. This guy went to Pizza Hut yesterday, and my daughter was so kind to him. My stepdaughter, she was so kind to him that he gave her a rating of maybe, a whole page talking about the way she treated him. He came and he was sitting on the porch as if he was a homeless guy. She offered him a slice of pizza. You'll be amazed at how far kindness would take you. The guy said that he was gonna I told him basically about my story and stuff. I ended up giving him a ride to a location that was maybe an hour away. He paid me and everything, but long story short, you know, just be careful, man, with the way that you treat people. Listen, that's my time. Y'all be great, man. Be blessed. I'm out.